everyone. Happy Friday. This is Marivir again here in my bedroom with a new feature on Conversations with MM. Let me sit down so I can be relaxed in chatting with you. So it's still October and it's the middle of October, and we are celebrating the Filipino American History Month. And it's very busy. Filipino groups are so busy these days. There are so many activities to keep yourselves busy with. Let me look at some events that are coming up. So you will enjoy and get to have some taste of our culture here in the U.S. So tomorrow, the Philippines Fest is doing its Ube Festival. It's called Smorgasburg because it's going to be in Williamsburg. So October 15, Saturday, 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. at the Marcia Johnson State Park on 90 Kent Avenue, Williamsburg, Brooklyn. So this is brought to you by Philippines Fest, the organization that's being set up by millennial business people like Ojilin Francisco and all the others who are in the restaurant business. So sample and enjoy the Ubi Fest and different Philippine products in Williamsburg. So enjoy that. So hope you are going to be there. I think it's going to be a sunny day tomorrow. So all good. And also there is a for the following week there is a scavenger hunt. Can you imagine a scavenger hunt in celebration of the Filipino American History Month? This is brought to you by the Pinoys of New York. You only need to go to a market event here in Little Manila in Woodside, Queens, and you get to have this card or poster, and you tick off your free merienda, and then you can claim it during the market day, which is usually on Saturday. And I was told by my friend that it is going to be next on the 29th of October. So watch out and have yourself a treat. It's called scavenger hunt because you're going to hunt for your prize. Okay, so it's going to be fun. So today, a while ago, actually, I had a conversation with a world traveler. So I will share with you my interview with a good friend of mine, and here it is. So today I'm honored to have a world traveler for our conversation with MM, and he is no other than the chairperson of the Pacific Asia Travel Association, New York chapter, and no other than Mr. Joebert Opulencia, and he is also the operator CEO of his own business, Orient Tours. I'm catching him here in New York. Hello, Joebert.
Hello,
How are
Marie
you?
dear.
Good. Thank you so much for joining us in this conversation. It's an honor. And I'm sure it's going to be fun.
It's always nice to be with you and you know update one another with what's happening around us. So to
Right.
everyone, good day.
Thank you for that, Jobert. So you just flew back from Las Vegas, right? With this event called IMEX America. Tell us about it, Jobert, before I ask you the Miss University question of travel.
IMEX is or even during pre-pandemic is the
Mhm.
biggest gathering of the tourism industry that are engaged in incentives, meetings, anything that involves mice. So
Mhm.
it's really a big surprise for me because this year I don't have the exact figures, but it will not be less than 10,000 people from around the world and from the tourism industry. So it's a big success for me. And
Mhm.
it's unfortunate that Philippines was not represented. But
You mean the Philippine government didn't attend the convention?
unfortunately not. I would also, um,
Do you know why?
I don't have any reason, but it's most probably there's a turnover of the one managing it. So we have a new secretary. So
Right, right.
probably, and the budget have not been set up. But I'm sure they will catch up by next year. But IMEX was totally a big, big surprise, um,
Mm.
because everyone was out there, and it's like travel came back very, very strong, and just like what I said in my postings with vengeance. So,
With a vengeance, yeah.
so
So,
let's see
Joe,
what happens next.
okay, so business persons like you who are who's in the travel industry, what do you get out of these conventions? Is this a promotion of your business or the promotion of the country, or both?
Joining this expo
Mm-hmm.
meetings or conferences, give you a new perspective. You pick up information about what are the new trends in travel, what has to
Mm-hmm.
be done, new ideas, and at the same time, you see who are alive and who are dead. If you miss one of these shows, it means something is wrong with you.
With the
So
business.
yes.
Oh
uh,
my. So
for
this is personally like enriching for you and exciting, right?
Definitely, because number one, for the shows you have attended for years, if
Mm-hmm.
they don't see you, then they start gossiping that you're either dead
Oh,
or
so it's the same
you
thing.
have
Kung sino
closed
ang wala, yun ang pinag-usapan.
precisely. But most important, you get to know more about
Mm-hmm.
what's happening in certain markets, more on who have closed down, more who are existing. And
Mm-hmm.
what's very important is you get to see what each country is trying to do to entice the travelers to come back and travel to their destination. So these are the most important factors that when attending IMEX or Virtuoso or what you gauge how the market is doing. It gives you an idea on what else could be done and what you could do.
So, Jobert, you're a world traveler and also a business person. What is the best way to entice tourists? And before that, by the way, are we already in the new normal and it's really really safe to travel and we're back in the happy old days?
It all depends on who you question, because there are
Mhm.
people that says that we're back to almost normal. People
Mhm.
are traveling,
Right.
groups are traveling. It depends on what accounts you're handling in the past and at present. Like you see right now, for me, you see a lot of people at the airport. Airports are
Mhm.
crowded, planes are fully booked,
Right. Photos.
hotels are
Yes.
booked, you know.
Mhm.
But these are not the type of business that I have been doing for years. I'm mostly into incentive groups, groups that are created by corporate companies,
Uh-huh.
groups that are composed of people who have worked hard in selling products
So
or
are the
something.
groups bad?
No, if you are
Oh.
selling Amway or Mary Kay, yes, because you
Mm.
try to attain a certain level of classification, a certain classification in the organization. Like
Mhm.
your gold, you have to sell so much. These are
Yeah.
not the type of business that I do. And yes,
Mhm.
if you belong to Mary Kay or Amway or the same type of companies, yes, they are traveling because they would like, to for people to compete and
Mhm.
attain a certain level in their companies. But for incentive groups, for the other aspect of incentive groups, no.
It's not yet there.
not yet there.
Mhm.
What is also funny right now is if you look at it, people are all out. People are not wearing masks. People
Mhm.
are just, back to beso beso, left and right. And now it has changed. If you're wearing the mask, it's like there's something wrong with you.
You're the one who's sick.
You're the one who's sick.
They
Like,
look at you.
like the first
So
day
you're not wearing mask anymore, huh?
I
In these big
I had to
gatherings?
take it off because I was stopped by one and said, "I hope you're okay."
Oh,
I said, "What do you mean?"
well,
And
because
then
you're wearing a mask.
and then he just walked. And then after about 30 minutes, a lady came. She said, "I hope you are okay. I hope you're just protecting yourself by
Uh-huh.
wearing that mask." I said, "Is there something wrong?" And she was the
Hmm.
one who said that, well, if you're wearing mask nowadays, it means you're the one that's infected, or you're the one sick. I said, why should I be here when I'm sick?
So you had an argument?
No, we just had an exchange of idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, sa
it's
tingin
really
ko naman,
funny
it's
because
like the world is round. So the virus is gone. I guess it's down. So we don't wear
precisely,
masks as much.
I,
But
ha-
I've seen you wear double masks, Jobert, here in New York.
yes,
Do
I
you still
think
do it?
I still do it, especially when I'm flying. I still believe that if you have had, you know, the if you have had the vaccination, the booster, I think
Mhm.
it has helped a lot. I have been traveling left and right. About
Right. Oh
two
my.
weeks ago, I was in Jordan, and then
Yes.
Israel, and then I came back, waited for 3 days. I left for uh, Las Vegas, and
Hmm.
them
So in
every
the
book
airplane,
I
you always
hit,
wear mask, Jobert?
coming back this time I did not. I was
Uh-huh.
sleeping. It
I
was
see.
a night flight that I had, but you know uh, I think it's back to the old practice that people is not so used to wearing masks.
So do you like that or no? Does
Yes
that
and
scare
no.
you?
Yes and
Ah,
no. It
okay.
still scares me, but what do I do? I have to live. I have to be comfortable day to day with the way how I live my life.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as I try to avoid crowds, like
Right.
there was a dinner party the first night, and
Mm-hmm.
I came in on time, and then the moment people started coming in groups, I just excused myself. I went back to my hotel. So
So there's a psychological impact of the pandemic, isn't it?
definitely, that
And
I think you cannot take out from people because two more than 2.5 years is just too much.
yeah, you get used to it, right?
Precisely.
I'm used to wearing a mask already with matching stylish mask. Imagine. But before I ask you a question on what is your most favorite place that you love to go to or you've been to, I'll show this to our audience. Look at
Welcome to Petra, Philippines. Diana Jones. Diana Jones.
that's so funny.
No,
Indiana Jones.
no,
This is in the one who took your footage was a Jordanian, right?
yes, he
Very
was the
heavily
owner of the,
accented.
the horse.
Filipino.
No, because a lot of Filipinos are coming to Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
They start in Amman and then
Mm-hmm.
move their way to Petra and then to Wadi Ram. And
Mm-hmm.
then they cross the border going to Jerusalem. So it's a very easy, travel. And
Yeah, you
of
go from
course,
country to country, just crossing borders. Is that what you're saying?
precisely. And Filipinos are very popular visitors of both Jordan and Israel.
Oh,
You
is that so?
you go everywhere. Filipino, pancit,
How does
adobo,
that make you feel,
salama,
Jobert?
you know. No,
How
you
does
feel proud because they
uh,
know, and they respect you for this. Oh, Filipinos are good people. They smile and all of those. So, you feel proud that the people that had visited these countries have given these people good impression about the country, about the Philippines.
That's
So,
great. So, what is the most the country that you really love visiting? You
Of
really love
course, of course, number one, I still have families in the Philippines. It's Philippines. Number
Mhm.
two, it's Turkey because that's where, it's my second home for 34 years. But
Stayed in Turkey for 34 years.
yes,
Oh my gosh.
I've been doing business with them for 34 years. So, it's something that I am proud of. It's something that I have embraced, and I love the people. I love Turkey as a whole. But as a tour designer,
Hmm.
I tend not to like a certain destination because you become biased. Otherwise, you will
I
end up, just suggesting the same and same destination. So you take the good points of a certain country and then you remember it. But liking it,
hmm
it's not how I practice, what I
I see.
practice.
Let's show this another footage. This is that was beautiful. Where was that, Jobert?
That was in Wadi Rum,
In Jordan.
yeah, in Jordan, and they took us to watch the sunset. It was really beautiful, and
So there's that monumental rocks, right? And
yes,
there and the sands. Then there's the sands as well,
sandstones.
right? Oh my gosh. So what's the memorable thing that you that's your takeaway in that visit? I know you went there before you went to the IMAX.
Yeah, the trip to Jordan was sponsored by the tourist office, and
Mm-hmm.
they divided that into 5 groups.
Mm-hmm.
I went with one group and of 12 people. And the best things is, the people that joined the group because there was no fighting, no trying to outdo one another. We were just, we became like a family that, we cared for each other. And then we learned how to appreciate the ideas, the opinion of each other. I think that's the best thing that had happened with the trip, apart from seeing it. It's already my third trip to Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, I failed to see Wadi Ram, and this time I wanted to cross the border going to Jerusalem. So finally, I did it after 3 trips.
Amazing. And then this is Petra, right?
$1 here, Ron. $1 here, Ron. $1 here. $1 bracelet. $1 here. 2 for 1. $1 one. مأمون. بابا أجمل.
Bueno, ahora ya estamos perdidos absolutamente del día.
Place.
Amazing, right? You did a 360, and walking in that formidable formation of rocks, and there's a castle or a pyramid, what however you call that, a temple. It's so magnificent, I guess. What did you feel, Jobert? This was in Bet.
Whenever you visit places such as this,
Mm,
you feel privileged because not everyone can visit it. Not everyone
right,
can
right.
experience what you have experienced, and especially when they are mentioned in the Bible, especially when Filipinos, get to these places. These are the places that they are after,
They're
and yeah,
meaningful to them, right?
correct. And then you see they're all around. Like while we were walking, they speak in Tagalog, and I said, "Oh, Filipinos,"
Amazing.
and they start smiling at you and
Mm-hmm.
greet you. So it's really a nice feeling when you see Filipinos on the same, country or in the same attraction as you are.
Yeah, your big smile talaga. And I thank you for sharing this. This you said are
Uh,
inscriptions of our Father in different language, Filipino, South Asian languages.
yes, I was really surprised because we visited the church and
Mm-hmm.
they had all the inscription or the translation of our Father in, even Luke in Vicol.
Wow, Bicol.
And,
So Zulu. So you mean this is Zulu?
yes.
My
And
God.
then they even had translation. Look at
There's
that,
Ilonggo.
Ilonggo.
Wow. So who did this? The government or the Filipino groups there?
No, the government basically, or the churches. These are if I'm not mistaken, this is in Bethlehem when
Is
we
it?
visited. You know, we were lucky that we had the owner of the company that guided us,
Mm-hmm.
and even the way of the cross, we get to visit each spot wherein you know uh, the way of the cross until Jesus was crucified. So it was really
It touched your heart.
it touched your heart. There was even a point that tears comes down to your eyes
Oh,
because for how many years, like when we stop at this church wherein the Our Father were translated,
yeah.
we stopped, and I was traveling with two other Filipinos from New York, and
Mm-hmm.
they're also travel agents or airline consolidators.
Mm-hmm.
So, tears were coming into our eyes while we were saying the prayers because, you know, never in your life would you imagine that you are able to visit these places wherein, uh, it's like following the footsteps, the path that Jesus uh, passed by. I
So
was
it's very
really touched.
personal and touching.
I was really touched with the way of the cross. So
Wow. And I'm going to show this footage. That's the baptismal.
this ritual of rebaptizing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So we were taking pictures, but we had to, ask for their permission, and they were very accommodating. They said, "Go ahead
So
if you."
this is Christian, the Christian segment of Israel.
No, no, these people were from Ukraine.
Oh,
You
okay.
the place is River Jordan, which is shared by Jordan and Israel. If you look
Mm-hmm.
at the river, there is a division. It's just the width of the river is very short, but the
Mm-hmm.
length is long.
Right.
Share this river, and both sides the rebaptizing is more done on the Israel side.
So who does it? A rabbi, a priest?
A priest
Uh-huh.
does it. Usually the religious groups, they travel with a priest.
I
So
see.
the local tour, the tour operator in Israel usually arranges this re-baptism, and because you have to let the place know that you will be doing it. There are masses that are being done in there. So
Uh-huh.
while we were taking pictures, uh, the group said that we can join them, but we opted not because we didn't have any towels at all. So what
Mm-hmm.
we did was to take off our shoes and then
Uh-huh.
go into the river. So they said that this is acceptable, and
Uh-huh.
it's like rebaptizing yourself. If you pray a certain prayer, and I prayed Our Father, so
Very, that's really heartwarming as I can see it. And so many pilgrims go there. So pilgrimages are a huge business. Even if it's a personal undertaking, it's a personal journey, a faith journey. But it also means big business, right?
yes,
For Israel and for tour
definitely.
operators like you.
Even what do you call this, they were saying that pre-pandemic
Yeah,
about 50,000 Filipinos travel every year to Israel, and that's a
that's a
big,
lot.
that's a lot of figure.
And so how about now? Is it getting the same numbers?
Not the same numbers, but there's still a
Still
lot.
less?
Yeah, when we visited
Hmm.
the place where Jesus was born, there
Yeah.
were about two groups of Filipinos.
Hmm.
About One was about 14, the other one was about 20. So they're still traveling.
But you're hopeful, Jobert, that this will increase?
No, eventually it has to increase.
Mhm.
It's just that right now the world is experiencing a lot of things. In the US, you have to consider that we're on recession, and
Right.
you have to consider
People
how.
are still, struggling.
Yes, they're struggling. How many people have declared bankruptcy? So it will take time for them to recover. But I'm definitely sure they will be back to traveling. They do travel now. It's just that they go within the U.S. or Canada. They go to the Bahamas. They go to Dominican Republic and Mexico
Hmm.
because of cheap airfare.
Proximity.
Even airfare is not that cheap, uh,
Hmm.
but the packages are cheap and it's more convenient.
Hmm.
But again, you know, setting aside this, I
Hmm.
just hope that every Filipinos that's watching this would still give priority to coming home, because
To the Philippines.
yes, to the Philippines, the balikbayans.
But question, do you see the Philippines as a destination as it used to be? Like it has been so hyped. In fact, my hometown Cebu is hyped. The and Boracay in Western Visayas. Is it a destination post pandemic?
Philippines is still a destination and
Mm-hmm.
will always be a destination. See, during the pandemic,
Mm.
see how many Filipinos came home, and they even, unlike before, wherein they don't talk a lot about Boracay, about Cebu.
Mm-hmm.
Now they, you hear them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They post so many. By the time they just land into Manila, they take all pictures in 5-10 minutes. It's all over social media. So
Yeah, it
this
feels
we
good.
haven't seen before.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really glad this is happening. I'm really glad that Filipinos are very proud of their country and showing to the world. And it really helps.
Mm-hmm.
Let's face it, nowadays, airfare is too high.
Right.
That did not stop the Filipinos from coming home. And I wish they would continue to do so, because until such time that we have survived this pandemic, the country needs each balikbayan, because
Mm-hmm.
now you have to consider balikbayans are more how would you say it?
Emotional tourists.
They're more concerned about their siblings, about their relatives. It's unlike before when they come home. The 2 3 balikbayan boxes would already be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now they come home to help their siblings, to think of a business that they can put up
Yes.
to
It's
help their
really for
siblings.
family, right?
Yes, it has been a good pandemic period, I would say, when people started taking care of each other. And
That's nice to know.
that's one quality that Filipinos are very proud of.
Yeah, and that's what we are. I
Yeah,
can see that and say that too.
yes. So
So for you as an industry player in tourism, what do you hope to see to improve in the tourism sector of the Philippines as far
num-
as businesses and the government support is concerned? What should be improved?
number one, the infrastructure, the highways,
Mhm.
these things we have to give priority. The government has to prioritize this because let's face it, from Manila to Pagsanghan is one of the top attractions of the
Mhm.
Philippines. When you go in there, you know, it's good. The tourists are not really highly affected with the bad roads that we have. But,
Mhm.
if we can do something, then a lot more. I have several groups that came to the Philippines, and, you can take out Tagaytay, you can take out other attractions. But when it comes to Pagsanghan, they have to see it because
Mhm.
these are the things that they don't see in other countries. This is one thing that
Very
we are,
unique.
you know, this is
Mhm.
one thing that we should be proud of. And I hope the roads will be fixed. Uh, I
Okay.
hope the secretary will go on with her plans of putting uh, public restrooms in places where in very necessary,
Mhm.
and eventually give more importance to the balikbayan. I'm always going back to the balikbayans because we come home and we help the country.
You are an advocate for
Yes.
balikbayans, but let me frankly ask you, for example, Jobert, when we go home and then you are at the airport, how do you, how do you, what is your attitude towards the fact that, sometimes there are people who really ask for money from the balikbayan and, outrightly request all this ma'am dollar, ma'am, something like that. It doesn't speak well of the crew at the airport, for example. So is there an education thing that has to be done? Or what should be
Really,
done?
because it's something that you cannot, while the conditions of people are not improved. What is important is improving the living conditions of people.
Right.
You don't only see this in the Philippines, you see it everywhere. When the living conditions of the people are greatly affected, you cannot
We
stop
stop.
them
Yeah.
because they have to have food in the table.
Mm-hmm.
What is important is improving their lifestyle, improving their living conditions, uh,
Mm-hmm.
put food in their table. Let them. There are a lot of things that can be done there. It's being done right now by even some associations wherein they create some industry that could help them
Mm-hmm.
improve their lives. I think what is important is we still, there were programs before, but it was stopped because of lack of government support. Government has to support all of this. Government is in no obligation, of course, to put food in there, but government has the obligation to assist them. you
Thank
know
you so much for saying that, Jobert, because it's important that the duty of government to be a public servant, to do public leadership is key to make things like improve in terms of quality, make life in turn improve on its quality. So I'll go back to Israel. And I'll show this, and then we will discuss about what fun is there. So there you are. That's in the Western parlance. That's called belly dance.
Yes.
But that's actually I don't know the term. What is the term for that in Egypt or Turkey, which is
I
the
really don't
believed
know.
to be the origin of that kind of dance.
I don't know where. I never paid attention to the origin of it. Is all I know is while she's dancing, you have to put some dollars, which I did,
Okay, I
and
see.
it
So,
was fun. And
uh-huh,
it's they usually, it's a nice way to end any gatherings, any parties. Uh,
mhm,
we all the five groups that were sponsored by the Jordanian Tourist Office
mhm.
gathered at the Dead Sea, and that's where we had the last night's farewell dinner, and the event was ended up with the belly dancers.
So it's a cultural practice in the Middle East, right?
Any yeah, in any Arabic countries in the Middle East,
Hmm.
it's something that they are proud of. It's just like our tinikling,
Yes, yes, yes. But I was looking at I was trying to do research, and this belly dance as is actually like a movement for women when they're about to give birth. So it facilitates, the delivery of the baby. So that's amazing. Now it has evolved into an entertainment form. Oh my gosh! And so, did you belly dance?
No, I did not.
I think the men can. I saw on YouTube men did some belly
Of
dancing and
course,
they enjoyed it.
they do. They usually dance with the belly dancers.
Uh huh.
You know,
Oh, I see.
some do belly dancing, but
Mm-hmm.
in Turkey, I have tried several times, especially wherein you have more than a drink or two. So,
Uh-huh. So, hindi na. Pwede na magsayaw.
pwede na magsayaw dyan.
So, tell us about the prospects for the upcoming New York travel show. Um, how is that going to improve the industry?
New York, the New York International Travel Show used to be the New York Times Show. It
Yes.
it was the biggest travel show in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So they are starting all over. It has been bought by another company and renamed to New York International Travel Show,
I
which is happening on the 26th, no, sorry, on the 28th to the 30th of October. Um, it promises a lot of countries' participation.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to invite the general public, check the website uh,
Mm-hmm.
for more information, but it starts on the 28th to the 30th of October at the Javits Convention Center.
So for sure you will be here.
Yes, we would. I would be back for the show, and the Pacific Asia Travel Association, otherwise known as PATA, will have a booth. We have several members that will be displaying,
Mhm.
this different. Will be showing the different attractions that they have, especially on the Asia side,
Mhm.
from Thailand to the Philippines, to Malaysia. So come and join us and see what bargains they are for 2023. It really promises a very, very good show. And as far as I know, booths are sold out already.
Mhm.
So that means, a good uh,
Sign.
presence of the different worldwide destination.
Mhm. One more question before we wrap up, Jobert. What is your feel of the global security? Like, what's going on in Ukraine, or the missile testing in Korea. Does that not bother the tourism industry in the immediate sense?
In the immediate, I would just, I really don't know what to say. I've been asked this question three
Mm-hmm.
times, but the way how I feel about it is that people had had enough. That whatever comes, really, it's already secondary. It's at their back. You know, 1 or 2 days, 3 days, they will be affected, but they will never stop now in making their travel plans. Of course, they would shy away from this destination, but it will not affect their travel plans. If it's Ukraine, then they will shy away from Russia, Ukraine, and the neighboring countries and go to Spain, Portugal, and Turkey.
I see.
You know, they have they have given up
People are
already.
tired, right?
People are tired. Uh,
They just want to relax.
People
Please
have,
give us some peace, right?
yes, because the only way you can keep your sanity, let's face it, is
Mhm.
traveling. It's one thing that you
Thing.
need to do to keep your sanity. Can you imagine
Affordable.
locking yourself in the four corners of your place?
Yes, for 2.5 years, that's what we did. Imagine.
If only we had statistics, how many have gone to the mental hospital during the pandemic. I think that's one
Overthink when
statistic,
you're alone and you're just in your room. You overthink,
definitely.
scared. Yeah.
So, it's really difficult, Maribir, but one fact remains now:
Hmm.
people will plan, irregardless of what is happening around the world.
I love that. Thank you for your inspiration, and all the best to your business and to your personal happiness, Jobert. Thank
Thank
you for
you.
your time.
If I can just have a few seconds or a minute, to
Sure.
invite the Filipinos,
Is
Christmas
there? Yeah,
just
go
on
ahead.
the corner, the
Yeah.
Balikbayan, please come home, be with your families, and at the same time, help the country. This is the most important time that we need your support. Um, Balikbayan have for years proven that they can assist the country. Continue doing so. And whenever you travel, just travel safe, but do not affect your travel plans.
Thank you so much. Well said. So, everyone would like to thank Jobert for this great conversation, inspiring despite the challenges still. And all the best to you, Jobert. See you in person soon.
So, I wish you all the best. Take good care of yourself always.
I
And
will. I will.
by the time I finish all my traveling,
We
let's
will
get back
party
to what
again.
we will party again. And then
All the
watch
best to
out
your next travel, and God bless.
watch
And
out for the return of Copy Hansa New York.
looking forward. Yes, definitely. So that's it for now. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Take care, Jobert. God bless everyone. I'll be right back. Bye. There you go. That was my interview a while ago with Joebert Opulencia, the chairperson of the Pacific Asia Travel Association. So why is it so hard to remember that name? PATA, New York. And so that's it for now. I'd like to remind you again that this weekend we have a lot of activities in celebration of the Phil-Am History Month. There is the opening of the exhibit Golden Years Weighing Philippine Martial Law. It is opening on Saturday from 3 p.m. until 7 p.m. at the Bliss on Bliss Art Exhibits on Sunnyside, Queens. So take note of that. This is curated by artist Victor Velasco, who I just interviewed yesterday. It features 80 photographs, original photographs by international media of the Marcos regime, the Marcos Senior regime, from poverty and opulence to police brutality. So, beyond words, it only takes one picture to tell the truth. So, go ahead, try to be there Saturday and Sunday. And also, when it comes to food, ang mga Pinoy ay dili magpaulahi, ayaw magpahuli. So, we also have the Ube Festival, which is happening in Williamsburg, the Ube Festival Smorgasburg in Williamsburg, brought to us by the Philippines Fest. Kudos to Orgelin Francisco, DJ Chinita for organizing this. This is going to be from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. on Marcia Johnson State Park. That's the address is 90 Kent Avenue, Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Okay, so there you have it. We are a very vibrant community, and so try to enjoy what we have, what we're doing as Filipinos here in the US. So for now, it's bye bye again, and we'll see you again in one of our future conversations. And take care of yourselves. God bless, and see you soon again. Bye for now.